What's up? It's Tuesday. I'm Dominic D'Angelo, and we're on Rumor and Innuendo. This is of adfreeshows.com. I'm of SEScoops.com and OneTrueSportTV.com. And per usual, I'm here with Mr. Robert Karpelis, WD Creative_ish on X. Robert, happy Tuesday to you, man.
Happy Tuesday, Dom. Happy Tuesday to everybody out there. It is Tuesday, right? I lost track of days. It's February. How the hell did that happen?
I like February. I'm a big Valentine's Day guy. Even when I'm single, I like Valentine's Day. Is that weird?
Yes. Why do you like Valentine's Day?
I love it. I don't know. I liked it when I was in elementary school and making Valentines and all that stuff. It was just, I like it. I love Valentine's Day for some reason.
There's only two reasons for Valentine's Day for people to like. Number one, obviously, you think of the St. Valentine's Day Massacre pay-per-view in which Big Show debuted.
Yes.
And number two, the Simpsons Valentine's Day episode is an all-timer. And that is what we are here for. We're also here to say hi to the folks who are joining us live in the chat. Wrestling Old Head says, I thought the Wyatts got traded to SmackDown. Their distortion of feed was all over Raw last night. No kidding. This was the first Netflix show to have, in, out. I'm trying to do the video effect and whatever. Yes. And then I lagged as soon as that happened. That's even better. 6'9" says, trying to get on RNI's level on this first Tuesday, the road to WrestleMania. Christopher Zanzo saying, good morning, Rumor Rights. Let's get ready to rumor. I like it. Alt Jake just hitting us with a hey kids. And he also throws a Dom chooses you. As I said, Valentine's Day. And Wrestling Old Head, nice comment. Karpelis, you had tweet of the night last night. Don't know what it was, but I'll take it.
I think it was probably your Jey Uso promo, what Triple H responded to.
Yes. It was. Hold on. Let's
BlueChew read.
Let's do it. You know what, Dom? That's how we're starting this. I'm going to pull up the old Twitter machine or the X machine or whatever they call it. Yes. Jey Uso's quote was, "I came in the game almost 15 years ago." To which Triple H replied, "You did what to me?" And guys, if you're looking to come into your game, can we talk to you about BlueChew? Have better sex with BlueChew. BlueChew is the original brand offering chewable tablets. These erection-enhancing tablets help men achieve stronger, harder, and longer-lasting erections for sexual activity. BlueChew is putting its money where its mouth is and offering you a month free. Process is simple. Sign up at BlueChew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you are approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. BlueChew tablets are made in the USA and prepared and shipped directly to your door. Take them anytime, day or night, so you can plan ahead or be ready whenever an opportunity arises. Best part, it's all done online. No visits to the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, and no waiting in line at the pharmacy. Much like last night after you got done yeeting, she's going to be asking for you to do it again. And just like Jey Uso queued up that music a second time, you're going to go back a second time because BlueChew makes life easier by getting harder. And you can discover your options at BlueChew.com. We've got a special deal for our listeners. Try your first month of BlueChew free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank BlueChew for sponsoring this episode of Rumor and Innuendo. There is nothing like reciting a BlueChew ad while standing in my kitchen. Because we're cooking. We're cooking with BlueChew. Don't actually cook with I don't know if anybody's any done that. Like you make a little gnocchi or something with it. No, it's we could cook it in there. Yes, a garnish. I don't know. Maybe like look up recipes for Starbursts. And it's kind of the same concept. I don't know. Take the thing off. We're gonna get in trouble.
Yeah, we're done.
Yeah, we're done. We're done. We're finished. We're through. We're talking last night's episode of Monday Night Raw, which came to us live from the beautiful town of Cleveland, Ohio,
home of Drew Carey. Robert, it kicked off with Jey Uso, and rightfully so because he won the Royal Rumble. And quite the reception for Jey. He cuts a somewhat emotional, but also like, hey, I belong here kind of promo. And to what you were saying, he got such a reaction. They played his music again. And
I don't know what you're talking about, Dom. The internet told me everybody's mad that Jey Uso won and he's not over.
yeah, very strange. You know,
Internet's
it's
never wrong.
no, the internet, especially social media. It's never wrong.
Especially social media. Thanks, Tom.
Mhm.
Yes, this promo was it was impassioned. It was from the heart. You know, he came out there for that entrance. Crowd goes wild, and they start chanting for it to happen again. That was an organic moment. It wasn't like this was a planned beat, and they can just run it back and do it a second time. The advantage of being on Netflix is time is a flat circle. They can
Mhm.
go as long or as short as they want. This show ended 10:28 p.m. So it doesn't have to end on the half hour. You don't need an overrun. Doesn't need to be a 3 hour and 5 minute show or whatever it was. But what was great was Jey Uso has created this moment, and this is why WWE is capitalizing on him. Fans want to be in that crowd doing the. I'm not doing the yeet on here.
Yeah, we're not
Let's
Michael
just
Cole here.
no, we're thank the Lord. I got enough wood around me to knock on that for thank the Lord. But no, but you saw how happy that audience was. They want to be part of that cultural moment right there. They want to say, I was in the crowd when he did this. It's the same thing that you would have if you were at an Arsenio Hall taping in the early '90s and you got a chance to, do the whoop whoop whoop. Um, he has sold a tremendous amount of T-shirts, and then when he came out there and he started to talk, there was genuine emotion in what Jey Uso was saying.
Yeah. There was, and I like what I like about Jay so much is he doesn't really fall into that category of like, this is my dream. I've been waiting for so long. He didn't even do that at the end of the Royal Rumble. He kind of like had that emotion, obviously, but he then was back into like talking smack kind of mode. Like he doesn't, you couldn't imagine The Rock or Stone Cold or anybody from that era kind of getting emotional and feeling that stuff. Well, they're more about confidence and kicking ass, and Jey Uso is kind of like that in certain ways.
Wait, we can't say ass.
I don't know. I just wanted to
You
clean
can
it up.
say ass. You're
Okay,
okay.
ass.
You're okay, Dom. You can say ass. I've now said it multiple times, but
Mhm.
Gunther coming out there and just playing the role of the internet was absolutely incredible. It's you're not worth my time. I'd rather face John Cena or CM Punk or somebody I can do box office with. You go someplace else. You ain't the guy. You ain't the one that I need to deal with. So Jay is saying he's going to go to SmackDown. He'll confront Cody. You'll have a nice little promo there. But they made you want to see Jey Uso kick Gunther's teeth in. And at the end of the day, it's the simplest formula in pro wrestling, especially going into a WrestleMania. It's an underdog babyface. It's a guy who's never been champion. It's a dastardly heel who's not going to get cheered by anybody. They love those first ever moments, and it's a reward that you get to show to the rest of the locker room. This is a guy who was a tag wrestler, who broke out on his own, who won the Rumble, who's fulfilling his boyhood dream. But enough about Shawn Michaels. Here's Jey Uso.
That's it. That's it. And it's an intriguing story that, like, obviously, younger fans and modern fans are into. Like, yeah, see, hear what you will or read what you will on social media and the blowback on that. But again, smaller audience. You're not playing to the wide. You're not playing to the wide crowd on social media, quote unquote. You're playing to the wide crowd that's actually there or actually tuning into your product. So it's and buying merchandise. So
They're buying merch, they're watching your product, and more importantly, because you have 2 nights of WrestleMania, there's less pressure on
sure.
the winner of that Royal Rumble. I remember that Del Rio win,
Mhm.
and you're like, I don't care. But this is at least this will be fun. It'll be a good ride. Like, relax, guys. Let's enjoy.
Absolutely. Hey, something else we could have enjoyed was Ludwig Kaiser taking on Penta. What seemed on paper like a great match. In our group chat, we had some other thoughts, but Robert did want to get your perspective. What did you think of this battle and the continuation of how they're presenting Penta?
I thought it was going to be better than it was. I think I had said it last time when he wrestled Pete Dunne. The bloom is a little off the rose with Penta. That eventually he does come back to earth and he's just a guy. His
Mhm.
performance at the Royal Rumble left a lot of people scratching their heads because he spent half of it asleep in the corner. And I get that he lasted for as long as he did, but he didn't do a ton. When
Mhm.
he did stuff, it was impactful, but then he just kind of receded. Him and Kaiser did not connect the way that I thought they were going to. So I was a little shocked And I think Kaiser is good enough that you can't put the blame on him for it.
Yeah, I'm with you. Like Kaiser's always entertaining to me, and whether that's from a physical standpoint or like a persona identity. I think since Penta's debut, and I enjoy Penta. I like Penta a lot. I think there's a lot of star value in him and stuff like that. But I think if I'm being like taking a step back and looking at his resume so far in WWE, it's a little underwhelming and a little sloppy at times. And I haven't seen a really great Penta match yet in WWE, so still kind of waiting on that. So we'll see. Up next, Robert, we had, let's see.
Charlotte Flair.
Yes, thank you. Charlotte Flair comes out. First we see of her on Raw. She's dressed very yellow. She cuts a promo, hoping maybe to get the same reception of Jey Uso, but does not get that whatsoever. And leans into that a little bit. And then we get Rhea Ripley coming out confronting her. And they have a little confrontation. What do you think of all this here, Robert?
Charlotte came out, I thought, dressed like the man in the yellow hat from Curious George. Other people thought April O'Neil.
Yes, that's what I thought.
April, no one's going to boo April O'Neil. Who are we kidding? This was a miscalculation on the part of Charlotte. This was a miscalculation on the part of WWE, sending her out there to do this promo. When she won the Women's Rumble, she went ringside. She high-fived people. She was all smiles. They sent her out there, and that crowd wanted nothing to do with Charlotte Flair. She was trying to give an impassioned, earnest speech about, look, 2024 sucked for me, spent the entire year on the shelf trying to recuperate. We now know she divorced Andrade. Obviously, a lot of issues with Rick that were going on. That crowd did not care. They just wanted to keep booing her. That did not seem to be the plan that they were going with. She did ultimately kind of tweak it. She's like, I hear you booing me, but I still love you, which feels very creepy, very serial killerish on the part of Charlotte. Rhea felt like a bigger star. She felt like a true main eventer. She felt like a baby face. It really highlighted the miscalculation that they had with Charlotte. It felt like when they went with Batista, Randy Orton to main event Mania, and that crowd's like, now we want Daniel Bryan.
Right.
I don't think that they, there was someone else initially were wanting instead of Charlotte. I just think they're kind of sick of her. I feel like even though she was gone for a year, she has that Sheamus feeling of there's nothing particularly wrong with what she does, but we've seen it all, and we'd rather see somebody else.
Do you think it would have benefited for her to not be on Raw whatsoever and then just confront somebody like a newer star like Tiffany? And then you have that intrigue of that dynamic of, oh, hey, Tiffany's the obviously talented, obviously Tiffy time, all this stuff. And you get a legacy almost star at this point with Charlotte coming in and confronting her. Then you get something a little bit more intriguing where she's just not cutting a promo and it's just, you get a little bit more of an extra boost from a younger star. And Rhea's a young star too, but we've seen that already.
Yeah, we've seen, and them calling out that we've seen it twice wasn't ideal. No, and now you're going to put Charlotte against Tiffany. Well, Charlotte's going to NXT tonight, so she'll get booed by the NXT crowd, and then they'll put her out there on Friday. I think that crowd's going to go wild for Tiffany. I don't know that WWE's all bought in that Tiffany Stratton's a babyface.
I'm with you. Yeah, I think that's too. I mean, you see what happened on Raw with all that. I think Charlotte weathered the storm from a promo standpoint. Like, she didn't lose her composure, but also I just think if you're WWE and if you're her, you got to kind of pivot and make this, okay, I'll quote unquote placate to the crowd and patronize them basically. And here I'm actually a heel.
We definitely didn't see her sweat. And guys, if you're worrying about, are you going to sweat under pressure when you've got 20,000 Clevelanders booing you? Can we talk to you about our friends at Mando? Mando makes an absolutely unbeatable series of products. As I said, for my trip, I've got my Mando travel pack already ready to go. Here's why this is so great. They give you a whole body deodorant. You can use this anywhere. You can use this on your arms. You can use it on your belly button. You can use it on your ass. As we've determined today, you can say ass on this show. And it was created by a doctor who saw firsthand how normal BO was being misdiagnosed and mistreated, kind of like how Charlotte Flair was put out there. Her as a baby face stinks. The last thing you want to do is stink. And it lasts for up to 72 hours. All these products are baking soda free and paraben free, and they are proven to control odor better than just a shower with soap alone. Dom mentioned Valentine's Day is coming up. Those of you guys that are out there that are single, Valentine's Day, one of the things those ladies are going to be looking for is how are you smelling? And we know that Dom is stocked up with that Mando, so he ain't going to be single for long. Mando Starter Pack is perfect for new customers. Comes with a solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice, like the mini body wash or the deodorant wipes, and free shipping. I messed up that deodorant wipe line yesterday. We'll get it right eventually. As a special offer for listeners, new customers get $5 off a starter pack with our exclusive code. That equates to over 40% off your starter pack using code RUMOR at shopmando.com. That's shopmando.com. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. Smell fresher, stay drier, and boost your confidence from head to toe to ass with Mando.
Yeah. I'm Mount Fuji Man. All right. Shout out to Mando. Robert, next up, we had a little shout out, a new kind of shout out with New Day. They had new theme music and a new vibe going on. An evil unicorn logo. Did you see the evil unicorn?
I did see the evil unicorn logo, and I liked their new theme music.
Well, guess what?
What?
If you read the captions, I
saw that. I haven't seen that. That's been confirmed. So that's rumor and innuendo.
That is.
Those closed captions also said Hogan was being booed. And I don't know what they're talking about. Hogan was cheered like crazy. Here's the great thing about this one particular theme change. Unlike all the others, which stink, which are awful, which are terrible, which even Mando couldn't correct. Everyone loves the New Day theme song. So you wanted a theme song that was going to feel the opposite of how you feel. Yes. New Day comes out. That is a warm hug. This is a hug from an ex-mother-in-law. Like, it is cold. It is uncomfortable. Nobody's happy about this. I absolutely love that decision. They did New Day versus Ray and Dragon Lee.
Yep.
I get why you had Logan Paul interfere.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason I don't like it is because I like that nobody, heel, babyface, Democrat, Republican, foreign, domestic, everybody hates New Day. So they should have had a little tag at the end where Logan Paul costs Ray that match, and then like New Day goes up for a high five, and even he's like, "Nah,
I'm not having that." I can buy into that. I can buy into that for sure. Did like the presentation of New Day. I did like that they're doing their due diligence of making more intrigue between Ray and Logan Paul for next week when they have their qualifying match. So, and the fact that Logan Paul showed up, nobody, I don't think he was scheduled or announced to be there. So him just popping in there, obviously it's Cleveland, so that's his, home area, but I like it. And it was for that. But if you guys weren't aware, the rumored caption did say the theme was by Jim Johnston.
I don't know about that one. I feel like would have been bigger news that Jim Johnston was back. And I don't know, the first one they would have done would have been a New Day, a New Day theme, but here we are. Here we are with Liv Morgan versus Io Sky. This was for the Women's Elimination Chamber slot. I thought they had a really good match. I think the finish, yes, was very sports entertainment-y. It was, how do we get out of this match to have Io lose to Liv while still keeping Io viable? And it's Rhea misses going to go punch Raquel Rodriguez and punches Liv in the face.
Right. I felt mixed about this because it's like, what is going to be the follow-up when it comes to Io Sky and Rhea? Is Rhea going to offer a title shot? But would that even benefit her at this juncture from like, hey, okay, she's losing. I like how they protected her, and I think it creates a little bit of interest for that. But overall, I don't know how I really feel about it, Robert.
I have my suspicions, my druthers of where this will ultimately wind up going. I think the way that they can do that is you can get a Rhea Io match at Elimination Chamber, for the title, because obviously Io is not going to be in the match, and then tell a story from there. Maybe Bayley fails at her opportunity, and now Bayley's upset. You're handing out matches, you're giving it to Io. Why not me?
Yeah. Okay.
And then you get a little Io Bayley match maybe at Mania for one of the nights. You never know. There's clearly a story. It's the one positive right now with WWE. Things are not just happening to happen. They are building to a story. Case in point, in the next segment, you had the War Raiders talking about J.D. McDonough and, hey, that guy's tough, and we hope he gets better. An American Made come out, and Gable lays out a roadmap of, you guys got to worry about the Creeds. Ivy Niles coming for Lyra's title, and also I am going to go find the Lucha Whisperer. So they didn't forget that story either. They didn't mention it last week. We're going to get some kind of goofy vignettes, Dom.
I'm all
And
for it.
I love it. I hope this means Gable's getting some time off to go spend with the family. They go film a day of vignettes, and then he can go enjoy with the wife and kid. Curious where that's going to go, but thankfully, because it's not Vince World, it's not going to be horribly racist and uncomfortable.
That's right. They'll do a little justice. It'll be interesting to see how they execute it all. Somebody who came out had executed a new wardrobe was Seth Rollins. He came out, and him and Sami Zayn had a little segment ahead of the main event match between CM Punk and Sami Zayn. What did you think of Seth? This promo, I don't think, was a very good follow-up to last week. But did you see any intrigue behind Seth's words and what he had to say to Sami Zayn?
So Seth came out dressed like the Undertaker, if the Undertaker was on Sex in the City.
That's great, yes.
Seth Rollins looked eerily similar to when Saved by the Bell, when Zach Morris dressed as a woman in a trench coat with a blonde wig. It was like same. It was same energy. It was creepy. It was weird. His promo was, Punk lost, that's good. Roman lost, that's good. I lost. Losses don't matter. I'm like, okay. Crowd didn't know how to really respond to him. They were like cheering because they like his theme song, but he did kill Roman Reigns.
Yes.
And it feels like what they're doing is we're setting up that Roman is just not going to be part of the chamber.
Mm-hmm.
That he's not going to wrestle in that match. So he'll have some presence probably to interfere and cost Seth his opportunity in the Elimination Chamber match. Seth pumps up Sami. We got, I thought, a fantastic Sami Zayn CM Punk match. First time they've ever wrestled, Dom.
Yeah, I loved it. This was my favorite match so far. I mean, it's early in the year, but my favorite match of the year so far. I liked it. Yeah, it was just great dynamic between the two. They told some stories. And yeah, I just thought it was a really, really fantastic way to present both those guys.
I thought they both looked great. I think, this was probably Punk's best match since he's been back in the WWE. That wasn't a hardcore gimmicky, here's a cage, whatever kind of situation. Just a straight up two guys in the ring, good back and forth match. Punk pointing at the Mania sign while holding up Sami and calling him, I think it was Ska Boy.
Yeah, is that what it was, Scott? That's what it was.
I was like Ska Boy.
I was like, what's Ska?
Really funny.
Yeah.
Love that quite a bit. Then you have the post match Kevin Owens interference, package pile driver onto Sami. We're getting those guys. It looks like probably at Chamber. I don't think they can stretch it to Mania.
I'm hoping Mania.
They could, but if Sami's not going to be in the Chamber and Kevin's not going to be in the Chamber and you're in Toronto, that crowd is going to eat up a Sami Zayn Kevin Owens match.
It's true, but I'm just like, and then people got kind of sick of their feud for a while, but I'm like, I'm ready for it again. And I think you can build that up and make it something really, really big for WrestleMania and feel like a big program for those two at WrestleMania who have earned it year after year with that when it comes to that. So
I agree. And I'd love to see it. We know WrestleMania is definitely our Super Bowl, but there's another Super Bowl we want to talk about, guys. And that is, Super Bowl 59. This ain't the little itty bitty teeny tiny bowl. This is Super Bowl 59. Get on the action at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of Super Bowl 59. Scoring touchdowns is key to hoisting up the Vince Lombardi trophy, and you have a shot to score big by betting on them at DraftKings Sportsbook, the number one place to bet touchdowns. New DraftKings customers can just bet $5, and you get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Screw that up. It's such a ridiculous amount of money they're giving you. You bet $5, you're getting $200 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code RUMOR. That's code RUMOR for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please pay responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort of Kansas, 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. New customers only. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsive gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
Yeah, that's right.
Whew.
Ooh, nice job.
All right, we are good. We've got 4 minutes left. Do we want to touch on the Vince thing?
I think so. Let's touch upon it real quick because
Maybe touch not the right word to use, but
maybe not. But hey, the Janelle Grant amended her lawsuit and further extrapolated on some stuff, including two names. Brock Lesnar was officially mentioned in this lawsuit instead of what we were, indication or implication. And then we also had Michael Hayes. Robert, you being a lawyer, wanted to get your thoughts. What is your takeaway from all of this? What's it further say about those two mentioned and the lawsuit itself?
I think they're trying. This is just my own kind of rumor, in a hypothetical thought process here, not as the official lawyer for any of these parties here. None of this is legal advice. But that being said, I think that they wanted to name Brock Lesnar and Michael P.S. Hayes first to further embarrass WWE, to pull them in, saying, here's your former world champion. Here's one of your top executives. They are officially part of this. We're naming names. We've already named, Nick Khan in there. Paul Levesque has been mentioned in there. The more they can entrench this as a WWE issue and not a Vince McMahon issue is a way to either coax WWE into ponying up a large amount of money for a settlement or ensuring that they are tethered to this lawsuit and they can't get away. Conversely, the charges that they amended are a little flimsy. The idea that because Paul Levesque shared an office next to John Laurinaitis, that because they shared a wall, he was going to hear what was going on. That's a little tenuous. And the idea that Michael Hayes received content sent to him by Janelle Grant is very tough to say that he necessarily did anything wrong, because Vince's underlying defense has been this is a consensual relationship. It's a weird relationship, and is his argument, but consensual. And you look at what happened at the Grammys on Sunday. You had Kanye West showing up there with his wife, who was naked.
Yeah.
She walked the red carpet naked. And that felt like weird, creepy exploitation. What is going on here? Is this woman safe? Is she okay? Or, all right, these are just odd people engaging in what they're engaging in. And the fact that some of the allegations that Vince had her expose herself to construction workers, things like that, he's going to say, look, she's got a voyeur kink. She likes to show off. Vince likes her showing off to people. They were in a consensual relationship, and all of these charges go to that idea of, hey, she likes to flaunt what she's got. I'm going to take advantage of it. And then it becomes a he said, she said situation. Still, it's ugly, it's weird, it's gross, but that's going to be his defense to these charges. I don't think there was anything new in here that was a different smoking gun than what she's already produced. Good to be here today, Dom. As a reminder, we are here every Monday through Friday at noon Eastern. I will not be here Wednesday and Thursday. I did hear a rumor in Innuendo there may be a potential guest host or two floating around there, Mr. D'Angelo.
Oh, of course, yeah. I'm on the beat right now, trying to scoop up a couple names, but we'll get some people tagging in for Robert here the next couple of days. So
I'll be back on Friday to discuss anything that I may have missed, but you can check us out on a plethora of platforms, including the WW Creative _ISH X account, the @Dominic D'Angelo X account, the @SE Scoops X account, and on YouTube on Working Stiff ad-free shows and Rumor and Innuendo. Dom, I'm glad we were able to get this in today before I depart. So on behalf of the David S. Pumpkins Mick Foley combination, Dominic D'Angelo, I'm Robert Karpelis. Best of luck in your future endeavors.
Aw, nothing gets chocolate out. See?